right, dude. How's it going?
Dude, great, man. Stoked.
Yeah, you're down in Puerto Rico now?
Back in Connecticut, got here
Oh,
yesterday,
okay.
back to Puerto Rico on
Okay.
Sunday.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice. And then there for the winter, basically.
dude. It's so
That's
nice down here. I like,
it's so cold right now.
dude, I literally got off the plane yesterday. I was like, fucking turn this thing, dude.
Yeah, man, it sucks. It's been a rough week.
Yeah. Dude, have you been
Um,
out at all? Have you surfed at all lately?
yeah, a couple weeks ago was the last time, but I was actually I took a trip up to New Hampshire, like right below Maine,
Oh,
and checked
yeah.
out a few. There was nothing. There was like tiny,
Uh,
tiny waves, but I've never been to Maine, and it was actually snow on the beach, and like it was like you could see. I went to a few spots that I've been like checking out Surfline for a while, so it's kind of cool to see in person. But it's pretty magical up there.
dude, it's great, man. So, with
Oh,
Coyote,
your friend. Yeah, yeah, that's right.
he
Yeah.
lives in Portland,
Wait.
dude. So he
Oh, in
showed me.
Portland. Okay.
Yeah, he's showed me a ton of spots. I've surfed up there, a
Yeah.
bunch, man. It's dude, there's also some like he's told me he's like, dude, come up when there's like a swell. He's like, we take
Yeah.
boats out to these like little
Oh,
islands.
sick.
He's like, there's nobody fucking there, and it's like
Yeah.
it's pretty. It can be pretty insane.
Yeah, it's a definitely it's a really diverse coastline. Like
Yeah,
unlike Long Island and Jersey. Like I mean, until you get out to Montauk, it's basically all beach break here. So,
pretty much. Yeah,
but it was cool to see. But no, it's been pretty. It's been a slow. Um, there was a nor'easter like almost a month ago, and I feel like that was the last time it was really good.
dude, you got
Might
to
have been
get down
even
to
more than a
Puerto
month ago.
Rico,
I know,
bro.
I know. I have a couple of friends there, so I should make it down. But I'm thinking about going to El Salvador
Not
at
bad,
some point. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. So yeah, tell me how's everything feeling in the water?
dude. It's kind of so usually like I will say like my cardio and I feel like I have a gear that I didn't have before. Like the strength training was like I was kind of when we first started, I was like, I haven't really seen too many, but like it's definitely noticeable. Like my wave count is a lot higher, and I will literally find myself like in 2 hours, like my arms aren't tired really.
That's
Like
awesome, dude.
it's
And
like
before they were, or
yeah, like after an hour and a half, 2 hours,
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's just like you get a bunch of waves and then you're in like the zone and then you're like kind of struggling because your gears and it's like I feel like my window of like the zone is
yeah,
like
yeah.
longer. Like even
Great.
after like I was in surfing on Wednesday afternoon from like 4 to 6. The only reason I stopped was because like, it got dark out. Like I was like
Mm,
I still could have like
sick,
gone
man.
and like definitely what I've noticed too is like the mobility. Because when we first started, I basically was like, dude, my flexibility sucks. And
Yeah, yeah, that was the big goal.
especially like on like I just couldn't get my like my pop-up could have been a little bit more explosive. And I definitely feel my pop-up has gotten more explosive and my footing is a lot more like I'm not like struggling to like have a really good footing, like
Sure.
because I have a little bit more mobility now.
Yeah,
Uh, so like the mobility, like basically like my goals were like the mobility, more explosive pop up, and like definitely those have helped like a lot. And then
yeah.
like the biggest surprise was like, dude, I have like a gear that I didn't even know that I had.
That's
Like
all.
I'm
Like endurance wise.
endurance wise, like
Yeah,
also like my we're still working on the like my now that I'm in Puerto Rico and eating well
yeah.
the love handles, but like, dude, every other part of me has gotten like kind of a lot bigger.
That's
Like my
amazing. Like
yeah,
in
I'll
a
send you a picture. My upper
sweet.
body is fucking nuke
That's
mode,
awesome. That's awesome, dude.
and
And
my leg.
that's gotta contribute to the pop up. Just the
Yeah, and my
power.
legs have gotten bigger, dude. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I
so,
mean, 3 months of strength training, right?
dude, and I really think too, like the help that you did to make it more digestible was like kind of a game changer for me.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's when you really were consistent.
and it's now I'm in like a really good routine of it. And
Yep.
it's just like that was always my biggest challenge with just consistently working out. And that was really helpful.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so basically cutting, shortening the workouts was the key really to your
It was
consistency.
it was basically the main thing because it was just
Yeah,
a mental block and like being
sure.
able to navigate that was really helpful and like especially too like I'm really busy with work and like being able to do that made it feel like less of a thing I had to do because it was something I could get through quickly and like keep my attention span because I also have like an attention like it definitely helps with my attention span if it's
Sure,
like oh, it's
sure.
only an hour dude like it's an hour and it definitely like adds up like it like,
Yeah,
I think I was someone who was like, if I can't do it all the way, I just don't do it. And when I was
totally.
able to switch it to something more digestible, it was like way easier and like way more fun to do.
Sure. Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. How when you were though that final phase when we did and make that adjustment, what were the workouts, the strength part of the workouts, were they taking you like 30, 40 minutes
30
or
minutes, 30
yeah,
minutes. And
and you're
that's the dream, dude, because to
yeah,
be
no,
honest,
it's
my brain just like fucking shuts off after like 45. I'm like, oh, dude, another thing. Like I'm over
yeah.
this. So like I think that was really, really helpful for me. That was the most helpful thing for me to like get me to do it. So I think like that conversation was really helpful because
Cool.
like it's yeah. And I think that's how I'm gonna go about my exercising in the future. And just like that mindset thing is was very
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah, no, I mean that's one of the advantages of having the program customized for you because if I had pre-written a program and sent it off to you and that was the end of it, like that adjustment would have never happened, right?
You're like
Like I
pound.
wouldn't have heard your concerns or your kind of what you were going through at that time, and it would have never we would have never custom made that custom change. So I'm glad that that helped because literally since that day, I don't think you missed a workout.
No, I literally did
Like
three
I
weeks
don't
in
think you missed
a row.
one.
Yeah, no, I literally did 3 weeks in a row. And also, too, like the stretching to
Hmm.
truncate it was
Hmm.
very, very helpful, too, because like then I was like, yeah, dude, I can easily just do this while I'm watching TV.
Yeah, yep,
And that was
for
really
sure,
helpful. So, like, I think being like making it more digestible was like the secret to like actually getting me to make the most out of it.
for sure, for sure. Um, what would you say? Was there anything about the program that that kind of surprised you that you didn't think would be a part of it going into the program? Anything like that stood out as far as that goes?
Well, I think the biggest thing was like how big of strength training plays an impact.
Hmm.
I always thought it was really more like mobility and like stamina.
Sure.
And the strength training like definitely made a definitely the most noticeable difference in the water.
Hmm.
Like
Cool.
my pedal speed, like all like the endurance, like I was like, damn, dude, like I'm like I feel like I was like I feel like I have another gear, dude.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. Did you feel like you got the support from me that you needed throughout the program?
Yeah, and I think that was the biggest thing, like when you were like proactively checking in, being like, dude, what's going on? Like that was helpful because it's like also too, like sometimes I'm like, dude, I feel like I can get avoidant of
Yeah,
things. And that was really helpful. Like I think you kind of were like had a good idea of where I was coming from. And like we were like, great, dude, we can amend it. And I think like that's kind of the thing. Sometimes you don't think people can like be flexible
sure.
and like you were really flexible. So like we were able to make it flexible to like make it work for me.
Yeah, yep. No, that's great, man. I'm definitely that was part of the idea of having a kind of coach um is the accountability factor, right? Because it's like you're
Yeah.
logging the workouts. If I see you're not logging them, I'll be like,
Yeah.
"What's going on, man?" And
Yeah.
then, but then we figure out what the issue was, and it was that the initial workouts were just a little too daunting. So then we just tweaked them. Um, as far as were the workouts easy to follow, like through the app and
Yes.
everything?
Yeah. I really liked the app a lot.
Cool, cool.
Like I'm a big like the gamification of things is like very helpful for me. Like I need those
Yep,
like dopamine hits. And so
sure.
like being able to like move things around, And I think too, like that was kind of the thing is like when I was able to like I think early on I was like, dude, this is the schedule. I have to stick to the schedule. And if like my schedule goes off, like I'm fucked.
Yeah, yeah,
Being able to move it around in real time was really helpful and like made me feel less bad. Like I was like, okay, great. Like there's more like I think the flexibility of having that app was like very helpful.
cool.
And like videos were super great. Like usually I would like they were really clear. I was able to
Hmm.
like follow them and then be like, oh, great. If I need something to reference against, like yeah, it was very like
Yeah,
user friendly.
cool.
I'm kind of a hater on apps usually. I'm like, oh, to
Me too,
download,
man.
but like it worked and like I definitely liked being able to like track the stuff and like seeing how much time I because sometimes you're just like it's nice to see like the work adding up, I guess.
Yeah, no, of course. I'm happy with the what's the word I'm looking for? Navigation. I don't know if that's even the word, but the yeah, just the navigation and accessibility of the app. So if you were to say a close friend of yours was contemplating doing the program, what would you tell them if they were hesitant?
I would say the biggest thing, so it's like a lot of my buddies are really busy with work, and I
Hmm.
think like the biggest thing is it's like the fact that you'll work with them to like make something it's very like customizable. I think that's like the biggest thing. I'm like, dude, like it's 12 weeks, but like Blair's gonna work with you to make it digestible for you
Hmm.
and like make it work within your lifestyle. I think that's like the biggest thing. I think that's where I've run into problems and a lot of people run into problems. And it's like, I think to be able to work within your life is kind of like the biggest value of it. And like, also, I think the fact that like you are in the surf culture, you understand deeply about like the ins and outs of it is like, I think a lot of time like that isn't really like to like about the strength training, all that sort of stuff. Like
Sure.
you, I think, have a unique approach that is like very different than like most other training
Hmm.
things. So like that's I would just be like, he gets it, he understands it, and like I mean it worked for me. So I would and I'm like really hard to pin down. So I think that would be really helpful for other people. So I would like definitely like I was like actually talking to Coyote about it, and he was like, bro, this like actually sounds sick.
Yeah, man. No, I'm glad to hear that you found it so helpful. Um, are you have the waves been down there? Or
Dude,
I know
like
you're in
listen,
Connecticut right now, but when you
I
go back
do. So
down, they've
I
it's been good so
left
far?
yesterday. Like I left yesterday
Yeah,
morning, firing yesterday.
yeah.
But it was good, man. Like I think it's like I hadn't surfed in like a couple months, and like since I
Yeah,
was in Australia in October, so I was a little like rusty, but like it was nice that it was like shoulder head high and like
yeah,
very
yeah,
like it
perfect.
was good like first week to like dust the cobwebs
Nice,
off and all that. So
nice.
like my goal is to start to I think like with kind of my stamina and like conditioning, like my cardio is like the best it's ever like I'm like I could put in like 15 miles on a bike now and
That's
like
great.
I'm doing like 10 miles in like 30 minutes and now I'm starting to add resistance on the wind bike
Nice.
and I think with that, I'm gonna be able like I know one of my things was like I also want to start challenging myself on like some bigger days, and
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like from a body perspective, I'm gonna really like by kind of continuing this,
Hmm.
be able to push my limits a little bit more,
That's
um,
great.
and I feel like that is. I feel a little more confident doing that now that I feel a little that I'm stronger and like more not gassed, you know?
Yeah, no, that's huge, man, because that's like part of it is a huge goal of the program is to give you the confidence to push your limits. So I'm happy to hear that. Well, dude, I appreciate all of your hard work. And going forward, just any questions, let me know. We when you're back here in the post Puerto Rico, we should definitely surf together. I
Dude,
mean,
seriously,
we live so close, so
I know, dude. By the way,